Greek mythology is a vast and complex subject, but it's also incredibly fascinating. It's the collection of stories and beliefs created and shared by the ancient Greeks. These stories told of the gods and goddesses who lived on Mount Olympus, the heroes who fought in great wars, and the monsters that terrorized the land. Greek mythology had a profound impact on Greek culture, and it continues to be influential today. In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into Greek mythology and the ages of ancient Greece. We'll start by talking about the different ages of man, and then we'll explore the major gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus. We'll also discuss some of the most famous heroes of Greek mythology, such as Heracles, Achilles, and Odysseus. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of Greek mythology and the rich cultural history of ancient Greece. So let's get started. The ages of man. The Golden Age of ancient Greece was a period of great cultural and political achievement in Greece. It is traditionally dated to the 5th and 4th centuries BCE, and it was during this time that Athens became the leading city-state in Greece. It was a time of great intellectual and artistic activity. The city-state of Athens was home to some of the most famous philosophers, playwrights, and poets of all time, including Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, Sophocles, Euripides, and Aristophanes. The Golden Age was also a time of great political and military achievement. Athens led the Greek city-states in the Persian Wars, and it was during this time that the Parthenon was built. The Silver Age was the second of the 5 ages of man in Greek mythology. It was a time of decline from the Golden Age when humans were said to have lived in harmony with nature and were ruled by the gods themselves. In the Silver Age, humans were still prosperous, but they were not as virtuous as they had been in the Golden Age. They were also more prone to violence and conflict. As a result, the gods were less inclined to intervene in their affairs, and humans were left to fend for themselves. The Silver Age was said to have ended when Zeus destroyed the humans with a flood after they had angered him with their constant quarreling. Only Deucalion and Pyrrha, a couple who had found favor with Zeus, were saved. They were instructed to build an ark and to take 2 of every animal with them. When the floodwaters subsided, they disembarked from the ark and repopulated the earth. The Bronze Age of ancient Greece was a time of great cultural and technological advancement. It began around 3200 BC and lasted until around 1100 BC. During this time, the Greeks developed a sophisticated writing system, built large palaces and temples, and began to trade with other cultures around the Mediterranean. The Bronze Age Greeks were also known for their skill in warfare. They were the first people to use chariots in battle, and they were also skilled in the use of bronze weapons and armor. The Heroic Age of ancient Greece is a period in Greek history and mythology that is traditionally dated to the 12th to 8th centuries BC. It is a time of great heroes, such as Heracles, Achilles, and Odysseus. These heroes fought against monsters, defended their cities, and won great victories. The Heroic Age is often seen as a golden age of Greek culture. It was a time when the Greeks were united by a common culture and a shared set of values. The heroes of the Heroic Age were celebrated in stories and poems, which helped to preserve Greek culture and identity. The Iron Age of ancient Greece is a period in Greek history that is traditionally dated to the 8th to 6th centuries BC. It is a time of great change and development, as the Greeks transitioned from a Bronze Age to an Iron Age society. One of the most significant changes during the Iron Age was the introduction of iron technology. Iron was a stronger and more durable metal than bronze, and it allowed the Greeks to develop new weapons and tools. This led to a period of increased warfare and expansion, as the Greeks conquered new territories and established new colonies. The Iron Age also saw the development of new forms of art and literature. Greeks began to produce great works of poetry, drama, and sculpture. They also developed new forms of government, such as the city-state. It was a time of great change and innovation. It was a time when the Greeks laid the foundations for their later cultural and political achievements. The gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus. The 12 gods and goddesses of Mount Olympus were the most important figures in Greek mythology. They were the rulers of the universe, and they were worshipped by the ancient Greeks. The most important god on Mount Olympus was Zeus. He was the king of the gods, and he was the god of thunder and lightning. Other important gods on Mount Olympus included Hera, the queen of the gods, Poseidon, the god of the sea, Demeter, the goddess of agriculture; Athena, the goddess of wisdom; Apollo, the god of music and poetry; and Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. The heroes of Greek mythology. Greek mythology is full of stories about heroes. These heroes were often demigods, meaning that they were the children of a god and immortal. They fought against monsters, defended their cities, and won great victories. Some of the most famous heroes of Greek mythology include Heracles, Achilles, and Odysseus. Heracles was the strongest man in the world, and he completed 12 labors that were almost impossible. Achilles was a great warrior who fought in the Trojan War, and Odysseus was a cunning sailor who survived many adventures. The influence of Greek mythology on Western culture. Greek mythology has had a profound influence on Western culture. Many of the stories and characters from Greek mythology have been adapted into works of literature, art, and film. For example, the story of the Trojan War has been told in countless different ways, from Homer's Iliad and Odyssey to the movie Troy. Greek mythology has also influenced our language. Many of the words that we use today come from Greek mythology. For example, the word hero comes from the Greek word rho omega, which means defender or protector. That's a brief overview of Greek mythology and the ages of ancient Greece. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll see you next time.